Hey guys, today we're going to go over TRX fallouts. We're going to go over the stag stance version first. The setup of the TRX is really essential. Notice how Roger has his TRX straps directly below his kneecap, kind of on his shins. If the cables are too high, you're not going to get the right angles going on here in this movement. So what I'm going to have Roger do is he's going to stand up tall, he's going to stagger his stance, he's going to put the right leg behind the left, and I want to really emphasize how much load he needs on his arms, right? His legs are there for support, but he's really pushing into those cables. I couldn't move his arms, right? He's nice and locked out. Now what I'm having Roger do, maintaining a good pelvic tuck, ribs to hips, right? He's really bracing his abs to prep him for this movement. He's going to push those handles overhead, right? As his hands go overhead, his body comes forward, but he still has that split stance to keep him stable and safe. He's on his way back up. The way he's getting up is by driving down on the handles, not pulling back on his hips. And the way to see that is what the hips are doing, right? So when Roger comes back, his hips travel at the same rate as his shoulders. Let's go ahead and do a bad rep real quick. So Roger's gonna come out and then he's gonna drive back with his hips, right? He's not using his abs for that, he's just using his legs. That's the stag stance TRX fallout. Next, we're gonna go into a TRX fallout with legs together. This is an advanced version of this movement, so make sure the client has tried the stag stance previous. Roger has those TRX straps set up directly below his knees, and that's really important to have the exercise come out perfect for the person. He has a lot of tension on his arms. His body is nice and stiff and hollowed out, so his lower back is not arching, his ribs are not flaring, okay? With the stiffness in his arms, he's gonna allow those cables to fall out with control. So he's going really slow, kind of feeling what his body is capable of. When he feels like he's maxed out the movement, he's gonna push the handles back down, okay? Notice the straight line at which his body is staying in, right? Everything is traveling down and everything pulls back together. I'm gonna have Roger do a pour rep right now so we can see what happens when the person doesn't have the understanding, right? Pretty easy to see. He's not using his abs as much to do that. He's just staying loaded in his legs. That's the TRX fallout with legs stacked.